So I shift the conversation between Soledad's anger and sort of, I think that this desperation attempts to reconnect with her mom and her two siblings, because I took a best shot about thinking that, even during developmental trauma experiences in children's life, there are some instances where kids remember important moments and, recapturing those important moments, even though they might be, very small. I know that they are really important in the kids' lives, and bringing that back, if there is a chance, I think that I was hoping, and I took a leap of faith that could also help me to help Soledad anchor some of these special times. I attended during the session to try for her to see how she was using her wisdom and her own insightfulness to keep on moving forward. Not she doesn't right now think so much about herself, but she really her important and what it is very valuable for her is her family, and I think that that's really helping her to keep on doing the wonderful things that she's doing, as advocating for her siblings and her mom, and sort of telling the right people what she needs. I see Soledad as an incredibly resilient young woman who has gone through a lot and who is really longing to bring her family together again, and who is, with the right support, I think that she will continue making sure that the people that she loves and treasures the most are going to be well taken care of. And that in itself, I think, is going to turn around and it's going to help her to know how important it is for her to keep on taking care of herself. Right? So that's... Soledad has this longingness for reconnecting with her family that were very important for me to hear, but also, it was our first session, and I wanted to plant seeds and hopefully giving her a message that she wasn't alone, and I was listening and hearing what were the most important needs that she had at the time. And, listening to some of the struggles that she had communicating with her siblings and her mom, I thought that one way of maybe starting the communication, and it was something that nobody could take away from her because it depended on her, not on, arranging a meeting or having internet connection. It was the old-fashioned way about writing letters. Oftentimes we don't think about it, but, I'm old enough to know that, a while ago I wrote letters, so I didn't know how she was going to take it, but I thought that I would give it a shot, and I'm glad that she took it on. I was thinking about the possibility of referring Soledad to a psychiatrist, especially because of her big challenges sleeping, right, and having the nightmares. However, in the back of my mind, I was thinking, this is our first session. I don't want to overwhelm her, asking her to do an extra thing, because I got sort of the sense that just coming to see me was something that she didn't ask for. She didn't know what she was going to expect. So that's something that I will continue evaluating. At the same time, I knew that she was hospitalized. I knew that, a psychiatrist already saw her prior. And And so I think that the suggestions that I made to her about trying to do some things to help her calm down more before she goes to bed. I'm hoping that might change and might help her a little bit, but definitely I will reassess every time if I think that that a referral to a psychiatrist is what she needs. I also know that, even if I refer her to a psychiatrist during the first session, it's going to take a little bit of time for her to see a psychiatrist. So I'm also trying to figure out, what would be the best approach in terms of who do I want to refer her if there is the need, and what are some of the things that I can do to facilitate an easy referral.
Well, at the beginning of the session, I was thinking, I don't believe I really should be doing therapy. It's just talking to someone. What is that going to really help me? Well, when she told me to bring up the positive memories about Noelle and my mom, it really it kind of hit me in a place where I wasn't expecting it to hit me, because, they're all good memories, but they all made me feel like, wow, that's really what I'm missing out on. When the therapist told me I wasn't to blame for my mom's sickness, I kind of felt, it wasn't really true, because I do feel like I'm to blame for her sickness. The therapist, Rocio, helped me to talk about the time I tried to hurt myself, because she was just very, very comforting in a sense where she didn't make me feel like I had to talk about it. She just kind of, if you need to talk about this, I'm here. I thought the letter writing idea was a really good way for me to keep in contact with my siblings, because, their new foster parents don't really like the whole cell phone thing, so. I believe the most helpful thing that the therapist did in this session was just, let me know that there is another way out, because at the time I felt suicide was my only other option of relief, and she really did help me to see that there's other ways. At the very end of the session, I felt like there was a little bit more of a light inside of me, if that makes sense. I kind of felt like everything wasn't so, the end, the dark. It was a little bit better for me.